Hey, you guys. Greetings. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I got a lot of background noise going on, y'all. So please forgive me. And if you can see right here, we have Mr. O'Shea Jackson himself, aka Ice Cube. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Let me know. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, cool. We got 7 people in the chat. I thought I saw 10. Make sure I hit that like button. I'm starting off with Ice Cube, you guys, because you already know your girl like to give background to the writer director of these movies. So this is again Mr. O'Shea Jackson, aka Ice Cube. So Ice Cube, you see 8? Yeah, I see 8 now. Let me see if I can bring myself up really quick. Bear with me. I'm still trying to work this, y'all. I'm still trying to work. Greetings. Look what I got in my background. Ooh. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Greetings, my earthlings. I want to show my face really quick because you guys know for most majority of my my Monday movie reviews, I am usually faceless. So I wanted to show myself really quick. I know it's super late, you guys. I gotta find a better time frame to do these, but this actually took an awful lot of work. Trying to gather these pictures and upload all this stuff, which I'm still technically not. I'm still technically not done uploading all this stuff. So bear with me if the picture looks distorted. I'm sorry. Okay. I am so sorry if the picture looks distorted. What's going on, Mia? What's going on, Anthony? Elevated for stopping by. I think I seen Lala. What's up, Lala? Thank you so much. My stripper name is Big Bat, Big Cat. I am done. Lala. Lala is hilarious. Okay, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Again, I know it's super late, so let's get straight into this. I'm gonna take myself off of here and get back to Mr. O'Shea Jackson. Let's get back to him. And please, again, forgive me for the background noise. So this is like an older picture of O'Shea Jackson. This is more current. Let me do. There we go. All right. So one of the first, well, I actually have a little trivia for you guys if you want to participate in this. Let me know. Dice was in here. Okay, what's good, Dice? Guan. So, can anybody? It's a little trivia time, and I don't even have my photo up for the trivia, but that's okay. Can anybody tell me the first movie Ice Cube wrote and produced? And can someone also tell me the first movie that he starred in? What was his like debut movie that he like acted in? And somebody, can you tell me what the first movie he wrote and directed? And the clock starts now. It's an invisible clock. If anyone wants to. Friday, okay, that's the first movie that he wrote and produced. Okay. I see y'all. And can someone tell me the first movie he starred in as an actor? Boys in the Hood. Okay, Anthony. Hello. Okay, so you seen Boys in the Hood. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. All right, Mia. Okay, look at y'all. Okay. That's really good. I'm actually very surprised that at least Anthony knew this. I wish I had me a little bit of background music, but I don't. So we're gonna have to roll with the punches. And let's get straight into it. So this movie here, The Players Club, was based in. Can someone tell me what city? Anyone knows? What city was this movie based out of? The Players Club. Anybody know? And then the next one I'm gonna give y'all, we can do our little trivia throughout, and then I'll get straight into the movie. Ooh, okay. Surprised again. That's correct, Anthony. Atlanta. It was based out of Atlanta, and the reason why I brought that question up is because when Ice Cube wrote this movie, he had the intentions to basically shed light on the exotic dancer scene, and he was inspired by the strip clubs in Atlanta because they're very popular. You know, you got some popular strip clubs in Miami as well, but Atlanta is like that's like the number one spot you want to go to if you want to go to a strip club. I thought I heard that back when it came out. Yeah. Okay. You probably have. Like maybe when it was doing like promo for the movie and all that good stuff. So yeah, you may have. He said he was definitely inspired by the Atlanta club scene. And so we have a few heavy hitters in this movie. So Anthony, I know you said that you did not know Jamie Foxx starred in this movie, but there are a lot of people that was in this movie. So I'm pretty sure you know who John Amos is, right? The father from Good Times. He plays one of the police officers in this movie. So he plays in this. And then we also have, oh man, it's so many. Terrence Howard plays in this movie. Bernie Mac, of course. Um, you have Charlie Murphy, the late Charlie Murphy. He stars in this movie as well. The list goes on. So Ice Cube really did his thing when he decided to like write and direct this movie. Yes, I didn't know John Amos was in it either. Yeah, it's a lot of the greats that's in this movie. I may be missing out on a few people too. So you have ooh, I think his name is Tiny Lester, the guy who also starred in the movie Friday as well. He played a small role as one of the security guards. So there's like he has a lot of freaking heavy hitters in this movie. Like he did his thing, and this was what's her name? What's my girl? Lisa Ray. This was one of her like first like debut movies, and you know she got the role. And a quick fun fact: the lady who plays Ronnie, which I will bring her up really quick. This young lady, she actually tried out for the role of Diamond. And with her, you know, trying out for that role, a lot of, I guess a lot of the people who were like over the movie, like the casting directors and all that, they didn't think it would work. And it was like, okay, well, you know, let's do Ronnie. Like you can be Ronnie, and Ronnie is like the antagonist in this movie. She's a big antagonist. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. AJ Johnson, yes, AJ Johnson did. He passed away too. What is that man name who played in the Green Mile? Something Duncan. Um, he played in this as well. The man from the Green Mile. It's so many people in this movie. So although it's about exotic dancers and the naked hustle, he really had like a lot of good people in here. So let's get straight into this movie. Let's see here. And that's another thing. That's why sometimes I do prefer a co-host so I can kind of try to like fumble through all of my like pictures and stuff. I got so many, you guys. I got so freaking many. All right, let's get straight into it. Now, I'm gonna get into it and then we're definitely gonna talk about this because I wanted to kind of discuss memorable quotes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie and know Michael Clark Duncan. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's the man. Yep, I saw Green Mile too. I figured that's a classic as well. Ronnie's character was a good choice. Yes. So a little bit of history on the actress. Her name is Crystal Wilson. She actually worked for a law firm, and she had no acting background whatsoever. She worked for a law firm, and she was trying to become or an inspiring rapper. That's what she wanted to be. So when she auditioned for the role of Ronnie, she said she started rapping thinking that Ice Cube was going to, you know, sign her as one of his artists. Like he, you know, That looks like Jay on the right. Who? On the right? Oh no. That's what's her name? She's a comedian. I cannot Indell Givens. That's Indell Givens. You think that look like Jay? Wow. But yeah, so Crystal Wilson went in busting a rap thinking that, she was gonna get signed as an artist. And they was like, nah, we want you for this role. And the character of Ronnie was actually supposed to be a 6 foot tall brown skinned woman with cornrows. That was the look that they were going for. So it was her idea to give her blonde hair, the long red nails, because she is actually a ATLian. She is an Atlanta native, a Georgia native. So she kind of put a lot of input in this character's look. She put a lot of input in this character's look. All right. Y'all are hilarious. It does. Anthony Tree. Oh my, you agree? You agree? Elevated, do you agree? Because you laughing. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think, but uh, wow. Maybe she need to take that hair off. Maybe the hair is throwing me off. I gotta see. But I guess because I know what Endell Givens looks like, right? You agree too? Wow. Okay, we'll see what Jay say if she catches the playback in this. But yeah, so she's a comedian, and then the lady to the left with the blonde hair was worked for a law firm and had no acting background whatsoever. But let me get straight into the beginning of this. Now, I don't know if I can play a little bit of this scene, but I'm going to. And hopefully I don't get flagged, y'all, because I tried to get a lot of the still shots in this. So, um, you have Diamond. This is Diamond, played by Lisa Ray. She is a college student and she wants to go to a HBCU, and her father does not want her to go to, in his words, a Negro college, but he said the actual, the with a hard ER. He wanted her to go to one of those like high Ivy League colleges because she was smart enough to do so. But she wanted to go to HBCU. She wanted to be a little cultured. So they get into this huge argument, and she said, hey, I'll pay for college myself. If you don't want me to spend any of your money on going to a HBCU, then I'll pay for it myself. She favors her in the pic up front. No, okay, I got you. Just in the pic. What's going on? What's up, Stash? What it do? What it do? What's up? So I'm gonna play a little bit of this scene, and hopefully I do not get flagged, you guys. So this is her, and at the time she was also pregnant. She was pregnant with her first child. So all right. All right, y'all. I forgot I got it on the loop. So it kept playing. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm just gonna play. But yeah, as you can see, you guys, she's leaving her mom's house. She's leaving her parents' house and like, hey, I'm finna do this on my own. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go ahead and just make it on my own because, one thing about Diamond, she had a plan. She did have a plan. Now, I don't know how many of you guys actually watched this movie, but I do have a trivia question for you guys. In the beginning of the movie, she says what her real name is. And she also mentions, let me see here, how many years she worked for the Players Club. Can anybody tell me in the beginning of the movie, in the beginning scene where they show where it's like burnt down and everything, can y'all tell me what Diamond's real name is, and how many years she worked for the Players Club. Here in the background. Okay, what's going on, Coach? Thank you for being here. Not me. I know not you. Anybody can tell me what Diamond's real name is? Stash, you here. You said it's your favorite movie, so you should know Diamond's full name and how many years she worked for the Players Club. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds and then I'll play the clip and she'll say how long she's been working at the Players Club. I have an invisible clock, by the way. All right. Uh-oh. Somebody got something up in here. Oh, okay. Let's go, Coach. She know her movies. Or did you Google it? Did you Google it? Did you Google it? That is correct. Don't remember the name, but 4 years, I think. Okay. Yep. That's correct. So I'm gonna play a little clip. I probably should have waited. I got a little too excited that somebody answered.
My name is Diana Armstrong, but my stage name was Diamond. I worked at the Players Club 4 years before it burned down. And to tell you the truth, I'm glad it's gone.
All right, y'all. Y'all was correct. Y'all, I had to bootleg that thing now. I had to bootleg it. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't really get like, you know what I'm saying? So bear with me on the like distortedness. So all right, Anthony had got the first question right. And all right. Coach said she's seen it a million times. Okay. I could damn near recite it. Oh, okay. It's been a minute since I said, oh, it's been a minute, but it's your favorite movie. Nah, but you should be able to recite it though. You should be able to recite it. So as you guys can see, that was actually the beginning of the movie where she shows up, or that's just kind of where they have it. It's technically the ending, but they put it at the beginning showing that the club has burned down. So that is like foreshadowing what's going to come later on. What's going on, Monique? Thank you for joining and tuning in. All right. And we gonna keep it moving. So we were at the point where she left. Now, y'all, I was watching Tubi. I watched this on Tubi. Tubi wouldn't let me be great with this last screenshot. I'm gonna pull up here really quick. All right, come on, let me be great. All right, bam, right here. So when she moves in with her boyfriend, or her and her boyfriend, they get a place together. That's her babe. Now, I don't know. Is it just me? He looks like the new boyfriend, right? I don't know, but that's the old one, her baby daddy. And I'm look at that picture in the background, y'all. Look at that picture. But anyway, he said he needed his space, so he got up and left. And she said, "Whatever the f that means," you know what I'm saying? She said, "Whatever the f that means." So he gets up and he leaves, and that right then and there is kind of what drove Diana Armstrong, aka Diamond, to go ahead and start working at strip club, because she like, hey, I thought life was great, and I guess not. And that's where she runs into these two women, Trix and Ronnie. And Trix and Ronnie, well, she currently works at a shoe store basically. And she runs into these two women, and this is kind of where they lure her in. And one thing I do want to say about this movie had a lot of predators. Boy, I tell you. I think Ice Cube did very great with the comedic relief, but he definitely hit on a lot of heavy topics that goes on in the exotic dancer world, if you will. Lance was a sucker, wasn't he? Literally, like just got the woman pregnant, had her to, basically take care of everything herself, and she was going to college. and she was going to college. But can someone tell me what is one of the famous quotes when she runs into these two women? Can y'all give me some good like quotables from this movie? What's one thing these women told her when she asked them like, what is it that you guys do? Can anybody tell me? It's like a famous line. They said we got to use. Anybody know? Anybody know? And then I'll play it for you guys really quick. But she basically asked the women what do they do to make money because they're saying that hey, you working in the shoe store to smell people's stinky feet all day, you can make a whole lot more if you work where we work at. And she like, where y'all work at? And they say they work down to the club, the clubhouse. And she was asking, how you make y'all money, blah blah blah. And these women say, yes, there you go, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Exactly, child, that mentality is crazy.
If you would just use what you got to get what you want, stop messing with this chump change. And what's that supposed to mean? Just what it sound like. Stupid girl. Use what God gave you. What y'all, some prostitutes?
Wouldn't that be like the first thing you would think too, like, is y'all some prostitutes? Like she was like, excuse, are y'all some prostitutes talking about using what you got to get what you want? Like, hello. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So she took them up on the offer though. She took them up on the offer, like, well, hey, shoot, times is hard. Mama gotta eat, the baby gotta eat. That's an Franklin lyric. Oh, okay. School us, Anthony. Now I gotta hear the song. That's where it originated from. You gotta use what you got to get what you want. Okay. Not them using it though in a different like way though. That is hilarious. That is freaking hilarious. So she does take them up on their offer, and that's where she goes to the club. And I do want to point something out. I'm going to put this picture up here. She looks so like, wholesome. She dresses like a certain type of way. Yeah, basically, right? That would have been my first question. Like, y'all on prostitutes? Like, what's going on here? What are you talking about? But yeah, look how she dressed. She dressed so wholesome. She's dressing like super duper wholesome and just I like how they showed over time that she basically ends up kind of like spicing it up. Because if you're working at a club, you're gonna end up spicing it up. You know what I'm saying? So she does end up having her first nights in the club. And what she had on was very, it's so funny what she had on, like a regular swimsuit. It didn't look like any type of exotic dance wear. Let me see if I got a little picture of it. Looked it very like, oh, she just went to Walmart and got a little swimsuit because this was her first time. So she didn't really know what to expect. She didn't know how to dress. She was just like, let me just kind of do whatever works. Let me see if I can pull that up, y'all. Like my computer was taking forever for me to get some of these clips up. Let's see here. Great to see it. What's going on, All Star Izzy? What it do? Thank you for joining and tuning in to my movie review. I want to do a quick commercial break really quick. I may have to because this little clip at like it don't want to like pull up for me. Because there is another quote that comes along. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention when she first is introduced to Mr. Dollar. And Mr. Dollar is the owner of the Players Club. And that is played by Bernie Mac. He is the owner of the Players Club. So my apologies. I skipped that scene. But I don't know if you guys know, but when she first ran into Dollar, he gave her the name Diamond because he said she was so beautiful. But she also mentions that he never looked her in the face, which is this next scene that I'm going to bring up because Lil Man, they kept calling him Lil Man throughout the movie, but he walks past And the first thing he says is, anyone knows? Anyone knows what's the first line that AJ Johnson says to Diamond when he first sees her in the hallway? Y'all may or may not know. I know Anthony doesn't know because he hasn't seen this movie before, but I'm gonna play it for y'all.
Hi, I'm Diane. Dog Bill. Dog Q. Yeah, little makeup. Fix your hair a little different. Yeah. Turn around. Damn, she got ass. Yeah.
That's literally the first thing he said when he saw. They didn't even look her in her eye, telling some she a diamond because she's so beautiful and so pretty, but didn't even look her in the face not once. Why I tell you this type of right per exactly, and you know the crazy thing about it is that's what you are going to expect. That's what is expected. That's what is expected when you enter into the strip club lifestyle. And so let's move on. Before we move on, I am going to go to a quick commercial break because this next little thing keeps popping up here. And I'm not able to go to my next scene of when she first is introduced to the club, into the club. So we just getting started. I'm gonna do a quick little commercial break. I know a lot of y'all are sleepy. It is Monday night, so I ain't gonna keep y'all long because we got to get through this movie. But give me one quick sec, and we gonna be right back. All right. All right, you guys, I'm back. This is what I was trying to get. A lot of my stuff is not coming up. So as you can see, this is like a little Walmart swimsuit. It's very cutesy, very girly. Yes, that's the first thing she said to her. Well, she got well, yeah, that's what little man say when he walks through the hall. But what was the first thing Ronnie said to Diamond when she first like came up to her and she was wearing this? Does anyone know? What was the first thing Ronnie said to her? But look at this. This is like a little cute little swimsuit. This doesn't even look like exotic dancer type wear. This doesn't even look like exotic dancer type wear at all. But she basically says, "What's up, new booty?" And I wonder, do women when first like start out at the strip club, is that their like initiation to other women? Like, do they all do that? I wonder because again, Crystal Wilson said she was very aware of the strip club culture and she went to the strip clubs and studied some of the women that was there. And basically, I wonder if she picked up on like mannerisms and certain things that they would say and do. So of course, that was probably the line maybe that Ice Cube wrote, but she definitely embodied Ronnie. Better watch that big old thing. So yes, she do say that, but she ends up saying that in another scene when she's talking to her cousin. When she's talking to her cousin, she was kind of like bent over, like kind of talking to her and trying to feel her out and see why she ain't been coming home lately. And then that's where Ronnie walks in. All right, so she's basically it will be in this scene where she kind of basically you guys kind of saw where she was kind of like trying to talk her through and let her know like, hey, like, all you got to do is just, relax and, you know, take a drink. That was Ronnie's thing. That was her way of loosening the women up so she can take advantage of them, get them used to, you know, relying on alcohol and substances to get through, which I'm pretty sure a lot of women in this like type of culture, that's what they did, because like Diamond, I think Diamond had a plan. Well, she did have a plan. I didn't think she had a plan. And so she needed probably that alcohol in the beginning. We learned that later on towards the end. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we will get there though, Mia. We will get there. She, we realized later on towards the end, where she speaks with Tina. Tina is the bartender, which I'll put her up a little bit later. She ends up being to me kind of like her only friend in this movie. Yeah, I would say that would probably be the only person who kind of understood her. And she goes to the bar and she's like, "Oh, that's right, you're not drinking." Ronnie was definitely a menace. She was most definitely a menace. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna let me see. Okay, so that's All Star Izzy just talking about. I know you never seen this movie. Wow, yeah, this is like a cult classic in a lot of black households. This is kind of one of those movies. But yeah, it's called The Players Club. You should watch it one day. But it's definitely about strippers. What's going on, Hassan? Thank you so much for tuning in. So right now we're doing my movie review, and we're reviewing the movie The Players Club. If you are just now tuning in, I like the name though. You like the name? Okay, okay. All right, you guys. So I'm a little upset though, because some of my pictures I thought was loaded up in here are not loaded. So we moving a little slow today. So please forgive me. We's moving extremely slow today. I do not have all my pictures and stuff up. But that is a-okay, because we gonna get through it tonight. Cause this movie was actually like an hour and like 40 minutes, like almost 2 hours long. So we got a lot to unpack and a lot to discuss. So I'm trying to think if I even want to go through scene by scene like I usually do, or do I want to get into some of the things that I really want to talk about as far as what took place in this movie. So if you haven't seen this movie, you might be a little unaware of some of the things that I bring up or I mention. All right, you guys, and give me a little quick little second here. And I don't want to do I don't want to do the intro song again because I don't want to overdo that. But I'm trying to pull up my next picture. Y'all know I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Goodness. But I guess I can talk about it. Do I necessarily have to have the picture up? I like to, so you guys, for who have not seen this movie, can kind of know, like, get a visual of what happens. But basically, she goes out and she, sees like what's going on in the club. It's her first time. It's a lot going on, which would be a lot to process. I'm thinking, like, if I was a first time stripper, like how would I digest what I'm seeing, like, while I'm really about to do this? Which is why I mentioned, like, hey, she probably had to kind of like, take the edge off most nights for her first, year working there, so she can get used to it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women had to basically go through that. So the next scene is basically where she kind of like lets us know, like, hey, I started to get used to it. And one of the things she mentions is I go in a young lady, but I come out a woman. And then it like transitions and shows like how much she has changed and how she looks different and how she's kind of becoming her own now. But again, one thing I do like about Diamond in this movie is that she definitely had a plan. And that's something I did want to talk about, something that I did realize watching this with adult eyes. Because when we're watching this, we're like, Ronnie just wanted to get with her. She just wanted to, SA her and all this other stuff. Yes, she did. But it was, to me, I think it was a deeper like thing. I think because Ronnie has basically wasted her life so many years. And again, you guys, this is Ronnie and Tricks. Ronnie has wasted her life so many years in that club, and she didn't really have a exit plan like Diamond did. So I think her goal was to basically break Diamond down. So yeah, she probably wanted her, but at the same time, I think her main goal was to break Diamond down. She really wanted Diamond to be, like all the other women that come through in the club. And what I also realized too, getting older, realizing that, oh shoot, or what, I'm not gonna say what I'm realizing, something that happened that I didn't pay attention to when I was younger watching this, obviously, was that they had a whole like scheme going. They had a whole operation. These two, Tricks, Ronnie, and Dollar Bill, which is again the owner of the club. And the thing about Dollar Bill is he ended up owing a lot of people. They mentioned that in this movie. He owed so many people to where he was just like so deep in debt that people wanted his head. Like he dang near had a bounty on his head. That's how bad he owed people. Now, I don't know. Again, mostly it's going to be Mia answering the questions, but Mia, if you're still in here, or anyone who's still in here, oh, I see you. Ronnie had no plan but to retire from the strip club. Exactly. You're so right about that. She didn't have a plan. And we're going to get to Ebony too, because I realized some things about Ebony. Ebony was very, very green, but we'll get to her. I do want to talk about Dollar Bill. Dollar. Can anybody tell me where Dollar is from? Anybody know where Dollar from? So the movie, The Strip Club, is based in Atlanta, but Dollar was not from Atlanta. He was from somewhere else, and he owed a lot of people money, like St. Louis. He was one of like a hustler, or one of like the heavy hitters in his town or whatever. And he was running the South, and he owed him X amount of dollars. But before we get to how much he owed St. Louis, can anybody tell me where Dollar Bill was from? Probably Mia. I'm talking about anybody. It's probably gonna be Mia. She's the only one who answering the questions. Tell me where Dollar Bill was from. He mentions it a lot in this movie. Exactly, Chicago, Chi-Town. That's where Dollar was from. And it's so funny. His little accent he had in this doggone movie was freaking hilarious. Or Detroit. No, you had it right. It was Chicago. It was Chicago. Yep, you had it right. Can you tell me how much he owed St. Louis? And I'm gonna give you like three answers. Did he owe him? And I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if y'all hear that stuff in the background, but please disregard. Okay. Did he owe St. Louis 10K? Did he owe him 250K or did he owe him 60K? Do you know? How much did Dollar Bill owe St. Louis? And St. Louis is another just person who's just running the South. He's like one of them like gangsters or pimps or whatever like that. And another thing about Dollar Bill, he was just so much in debt, which is why him, Ronnie, and Trix ended up having their own little side operation so he can, which is so crazy. These women is just selling their bodies. And I still don't see why he couldn't make ends meet. No idea. Ronnie was so fine. Lord have mercy. I'm sure she was. Yeah, a lot of the men liked Ronnie, but Ronnie was up to no good. So no, the answer is $60,000. He owed St. Louis $60,000, and he needed to pay up. He owed him 60K. And this man, I don't know who this man is, but apparently, I don't know if he was over St. Louis, but he mentioned $2 bill. If you don't pay St. Louis, then St. Louis don't pay me. So I don't know who this man is. But he look crazy. He look angry. He look like he want his money on. He look like he wanted his money on. And thanks for coming through, W Hooked, for tuning into my movie review. If this is your first time here, I do movie reviews every Monday, and we just kind of talk about it and we just kind of chop it up. So we're gonna get back to my girl Diamond. So Diamond basically, like I was saying before, she let us know that hey, she came in, a young lady, came out a baby. You know what I'm saying? She came out a baby. But she said everything started to go good for her. She had her new man, which is Lance. She, I guess, got along with her parents by this time. Her parents at this point, they kind of already knew like, hey, she work at this strip club, but hey, it is what it is. And by now, she has fast forwarded to her last semester in college. So she has already, at this point, has already been at the Players Club for 4 years now. I come looking for this too, for that amount. Yeah, I was saying like Dollar Bill owed so many people, and I'm trying to figure out what he did with his money. Like you got these scrippers out here working hard for the money, doing extra little side hustles, doing lady of the night activity, and why do you still owe so many people? But that goes to show, people just don't. Child, who knows, child. But yeah, so she goes in, a young lady comes out a bad bitch, you know what I'm saying? But again, like I said before, she has a plan. Everything is going fine. She's, her last semester in college. And then her aunt is like, hey, my your my daughter, which is her cousin, her favorite cousin, Ebony, is coming to town, and I'm gonna need you to watch out for her. And Ebony came into town from Tallahassee. I was gonna make that a trivia question, but I'm like, child, it's only Mia answering. So I will go ahead and just tell y'all. But yeah, Ebony came to or up to Atlanta from Tallahassee, which is her favorite cuz, and that's where the real story begins. I feel like this movie was kind of like about Mia in a sense, because she had the ultimate transition. She been through a awful lot when it comes to the role that she played in this movie, which I'm gonna get to in a second, y'all. Get to in a split second. But also, I do want to talk about this scene right here. I'm gonna pull it up in a second because we had little man who was guarding the door, and he was kind of like he was he was Dollar Bill's like lookout person. I would say right hand man, but he ain't really he wasn't really looking out for nobody. Like Dollar Bill. He was basically like treating all his people the same way. He was out for self. So I can't even say that Lil Man was his right hand. He was more so just like his little lookout person while he hid from all the people that he owed money to. But let me go to this little scene right here because I thought this scene was kind of funny. Let me see here. I didn't know they mentioned Tallahassee. Oh, I forgot, Anthony. Yes. I forgot. Yes, you are a native Tallahassean. Is that even a word? Tallahassean. Yes, they do mention Ebony, one of the characters in this story. She came up from Tallahassee. And let me know, you guys, if y'all hear any noise in the background. My apologies if y'all do. Like, put a one in the chat if y'all hear like some extra noise. Put a little one in the chat. What's going on, Jay? Hey, Corey. Sorry I'm late. Hey, chat. No worries, girl. Honestly, it's just beginning. But we're gonna speed through it because again, y'all know I be so long-winded with these movie reviews. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too long because we're gonna get through it, okay? We're gonna get through it. But I'm gonna just put this picture up here real quick. I wanted to find a different picture of Ebony, but I'm gonna just put this one up here so y'all can see how distraught she ends up being later on, her cousin. If I can find, see, all my pictures ain't come through. And again, y'all put a one in the chat if y'all do hear some noise, because I want to make sure when I do catch this playback and I watch it that it's not like over, over the top. Okay, no one put a one in the chat, so I guess we good then, child. I guess we good. But yeah, let me get back to Lil Man, which is like he's like the front doorman. What do you call those people? But he basically is like Dollar's lookout the whole entire time, and he just be getting Pothane be just getting beat up, ranked on. It's just like he just can't catch a break. And again, this is the late AJ Johnson who plays Lil Man, the door guard, if you will. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. My bad, I'm about to give me some background music. I can't take the quietness while I'm doing this, chill. Okay, there we go. Here's the scene I was looking for. So that's AJ Johnson. That's the door guard. And, he gets clowned all of the time. And then you have St. Louis who pulled up with um his two people, which is Brooklyn and KC. Brooklyn and KC is like his two right hand men. So again, Dollar Bill got like so many people after him. A bouncer. Thank you. I could not think of that. Yes, a bouncer. I guess you can consider that a bouncer, but yeah. But every time I think of bouncer, I think of like a security guard. But he's just like, I guess you can call it a bouncer. I guess you can call it a bouncer. But let's get to Ebony, y'all. I'm trying to get a picture of her, Ebony, who is her favorite cousin, who comes and just turns Diamond World all upside down with her naiveness and with her just so eager and ready to just get attention. And that's another thing that I realized when watching this movie with adult eyes. Ebony, out of, I think even Ronnie had a plan more than Ebony, because there are scenes where Ronnie had to school her, and she's like, if you're gonna be a hoe, be a paid hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think that Ebony even grasped like what this life was really gonna be about. I think she was more so looking for the attention more than anything. Like she just wanted the attention. I don't think she really even had an idea. And when Ebony came down, she was only there. I didn't realize she was only there for 3 weeks and got into so much stuff within 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my goodness, like no plan, no nothing. But we're gonna get into Ebony though, because Ebony was a hot mess. But that would be the cousin that came from Tallahassee. And that's again, that's where like the movie really, really picks up. And then I do want to talk about this other scene. And another thing that Ice Cube did was he starred in one of his movies. And I think Ice Cube, any movie that Ice Cube writes and directs, he's gonna like star in it some type of way. Kind of like when I talked about Quentin Tarantino, how Quentin Tarantino always like stars in his movie. He has like a little small little role that he plays. But give me 1 second, y'all, because I'm gonna get to her. Right, still wet behind it. Yeah, she was very, very green in this movie. Like, woo, I realized that I think we already knew. Again, I had to be like, what, 7, 12 maybe when this movie came out. I don't know. Somewhere between that time, maybe 12 when I saw this movie. And like, I knew as a kid, like, oh, dang, she is like she a little slow, but I don't think I realized exactly how slow she was until I saw this. I was like, ooh, child. But we'll get there though. And then her cousin ends up getting sucked into Ronnie's world. And then she ends up hanging out with just the wrong people. And John Singleton making cameos. I don't think I ever seen John Singleton in any of his movies. Call me crazy. I don't know. I'll have to go back down the line because I know he was not in Boys in the Hood. And I know he's done a few, but I'm not sure. I know Spike Lee, he definitely does cameos in all his movies. Like he's always going to be a part of his movie some way. But yeah, we have Ebony right here. Now, I've kind of fast forward from where, like, when she first meets her, she's happy to see her cousin. Like, oh my God, this is my favorite cousin. Imagine your favorite cousin just coming into town and then she turn your world upside down. Now, you already in some mess that you really shouldn't be doing, but again, you have an exit plan. You're trying to graduate college and you're only there for just that. And then your cousin comes into town, which is Ebony, and you introduce her to the club, right? And so she gets sucked in by none other than Ronnie. Dun dun dun. Ooh, child. And Ronnie couldn't wait to get to her cousin because she could not get to Diamond. Diamond had her head on, but we are going to talk about she did end up taking advantage of Diamond at one particular point. But what Diamond didn't do was get sucked into that world. There's one thing when you're willingly ready to go head first into something and just being totally naive versus just being taken advantage of and bouncing back and realizing like, oh shoot, like hold on, somebody tried to. But we will get there. So Ronnie ends up getting into the ears of Ebony and introducing her to a different lifestyle outside of the strip club to where they end up doing like parties and stuff, private parties, and doing more than just dancing. They doing a little bit more than just dancing, child. But I do want to go back to this scene right here, and hopefully I'm not skipping too far ahead. This scene right here. So by this point, Ebony is super duper full of herself. Like, girl, I know what I'm doing. I'm grown. And by this point, Ebony is not coming home. And Diamond is like, hey, I'm supposed to be looking after you, and you ain't even coming home. Like, what are you getting yourself into? And she runs into these two guys. This is Clyde and Reggie. So Clyde is played by Ice Cube, where he makes his debut in his movie. And these two was sent by Brooklyn and Casey, which is played by Terrence Howard and Charlie Murphy. And so their sole goal is to kind of get Dollar Bill for St. Louis, who he owes a lot of money to. So, that can be done. And let's see here. I can't keep the names of the characters straight. I know it's so many characters. So this is Clyde, Ice Cube, Ebony's in the middle, and then you have Reggie that's next to her. That's all I want to have on my pictures though. And then Dollar Bill is played by Bernie Mac. He is the club owner. He is the club owner. And I haven't got to St. Louis yet, but this guy here, he owes him too. But he owes him because he owes St. Louis. But yeah, Ice Cube had a lot of characters in here. But again, the major characters is Diamond, Ronnie, and Ebony, which is the girl in the middle, which is her cousin. So anyway, Ebony gets mixed in with the wrong crowd. By now, she's not coming home. She's like, hey, you can't tell me what to do. And so she runs into Clyde and Reggie. And again, they were sent from Brooklyn and Casey, which works for St. Louis. And again, they're coming in to kind of scope out the scene to see if they can find Dollar Bill, which Dollar Bill never comes out. He's always hidden in the back somewhere because he don't want nobody to, blow up the spot because he know, again, he owe a lot of folk. So while they're there scoping out the scene, of course, they're going to try to like talk to the women and, get some extra stuff other than the assignment. And so that's when she comes out and she sits down and asks for a table dance, right? She asks for a table dance, and they like, no, they don't want no table dance because she bony and she drunk, and I ain't finna pay for no table dance because they only came there for one thing. And they came there again to scope out and see if they can find Dollar Bill, who's hiding in the back. But before we even get here, let's go back to this scene right here, y'all. Well, actually, hold on. And again, thank y'all so much for tuning in because y'all, it is so hard to pull up all these pictures. This is a lot. Y'all, my bad. I was on mute the entire time. OMG, child. But anyway, thank y'all again for staying here and tuning in. I do want to say that there was a lot of different scenes in this movie that took a turn. We had a lot of funny scenes. We had a lot of good memorable quotes, but there were definitely some like dark scenes as well, which we will get to. This is Myron, you guys. Whole time I thought his name was Marvin, but his name was Myron. And I meant to mention when Diamond first got to the club. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead from talking about Ebony, but when Diamond first got to the club, She had a customer that was like super obsessed with her, but she didn't know that, which we'll end up seeing later. Let's see. I was pushing the button trying to bring this down, but my bad. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't know I was on mute. But yeah, she ends up meeting Myron, and he ends up being like the number one customer. Ugh. Like he's like he don't want nobody to dance for him but Diamond, which is so crazy because I can imagine some women who work into this like field, they're gonna have like little creeps like this that like ends up becoming obsessed with them. There's also some effed up scenes as well, which we will talk about. There's a lot of different again. Ice Cube knew how to mix in the comedic relief in this movie, but at the same time, really hit on some heavy, heavy topics. So bear with me, you guys. We're gonna do another quick commercial break. Again, it's 8 people in the chat, and y'all have been rocking with me thus far, so I greatly appreciate it. We're gonna do another quick commercial break because I don't know why every time I try to pull up one of these clips, it just doesn't want to load up on here. So bear with me. We'll try not to be too long with this next commercial break. So give me a hot little minute, you guys, and we'll wrap it up pretty soon. I foresee this being wrapped up by 10:30, so everybody can go to bed. 1 second, y'all. All right, you guys, I am back. I tried to upload those other like clips, and for some weird reason, it's just not allowing me to. So we gonna move forward because I don't want to keep y'all waiting any longer because we gotta finish this movie, you guys. All right. Okay, so let's get back into it. So the last thing I was talking about was her cousin Ebony, and how Ebony was just letting her know, like, hey, I'm grown, I can do what I want to do. And there was also another scene as well where what's going on, BD? What's going on? So if you're just joining, we're talking about the movie The Players Club. So there was another scene where she ends up like running into her cousin in, I guess, they little change room or what have you, and she sees that, like, hey, she's acting different, she's just moving funny, and she was letting her know, like, hey, I see you grown, I know you doing your thing, but Ronnie is not somebody who you want to hang out with. And she gets that little tip from the bartender who I was telling y'all about earlier. Her name is Tina, and again, I felt like Tina was like literally Diamond's only friend that she had in that world. And Tina was like, hey, I'm not going to be the one to tell you, but I've been seeing your cousin hang out with Ronnie. And then that's where she goes to her cousin in their change room. Is like, hey, I see you acting, a little different, what have you. And I'm just letting you know, like, just watch out. And, obviously Ebony don't want to hear it. So another scene, if we go back to where she's with Clyde and Reggie, and I'm sorry if I'm kind of hopping all over the place, but my pictures ain't pulling up how I want them to. So where she's with Clyde and Reggie, I feel like this is where the cousin realized that, like, Diamond was like, I guess, the guy's favorite because she carried herself a certain way. And she was like, everybody can't have regular customers like Diamond and blah, blah, blah. And this is where they was telling her, the guys was like, you ain't like your cousin, you bony, you this, you that. And we ain't finna pay no money for you to give us no drunk table dance. And I think the envy started to kind of, if it wasn't already there, it really started to kind of come to its head. So with her being up under Rodney so much, underrated film, it definitely is. With her being up under Ronnie so much, she asked the guys, well, what will they pay for, since they didn't want to pay for no drunk table dance. So they little light bulb go off, and they're trying to run a choo-choo train on the girl. They trying to double team. They trying to double team, do the smackdown like it's wrestling up in here. And she's so like just dumb and naive. She not picking up what they putting down. And she's also drunk as well, right? So they try to get her on up out the club. Luckily, Diamond comes and she's super saver her, right? And of course, this is her cousin, right? She doesn't want nothing bad to happen to her. So she runs to her defense and let her know, like, hey, are you okay? Because they about to run the train on you. Are you hello? Like, what's good? Like, do you not see what's about to go down? And she's like, I'm good, I'm good, again, just trying to, or thinking that she's grown and thinking that she's got it together when she obviously doesn't. And also hating on Diamond as well because, again, people treat Diamond with a certain amount of respect. I mean, it ain't too much respect you're gonna get in a strip club, but again, she carries herself in a certain way. So, she gets a little bit different treatment versus the typical woman that goes in a strip club and, does extra activities besides just strip and go home. And so they get into a whole little thing where they get to their car, to the guy's car, Clyde and Reggie's car, and she's trying to get her out, like, hey, get out the car because these guys about to run a train on you. And then that's where she gets into it with Clyde, which is played by Ice Cube. And they like, ain't nobody about to do this, ain't nobody about to do that. But she's basically messing up their plan, which is so crazy. I'm like, it was a lot of predator type stuff going on. But again, Ice Cube did a great job with pinpointing some of these things out that really does happen in the strip clubs or in just in that world, period. So anyway, Diamond comes to save the day. She gets out anyway. She says one of my like favorite lines in the movie when she like, "All right, y'all, let me out." And then she gets out, and then her and Diamond get into it. And so she was letting her know, like, hey, again, Ronnie is not the one who you want to hang out with. She, she's just not a good example for you not here. And then she turns the table on her like, ooh, I heard about you with Ronnie as well. Kind of like putting it in her face like you are nobody to give me advice because you was hanging out with her too and doing all kind of little activities at the party. But what Ebony didn't know is that Diamond was being taken advantage of. Yay, yay, we be clubbing. Yes. Also, you guys, that was I didn't get a chance to listen to all the songs on the soundtrack, but let me know for all my music fans out there, do y'all like the soundtrack to the Players Club? We know we be clubbing is definitely one of the songs. And I heard another song called Splackavelli by Pressure. Do y'all know that song? I'm like, is this really a real deal song? I guess some people know that song now. That was a little bit before my time. What's going on, Callie? What's going on? So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the movie, The Players Club. I am having a few technical difficulties because all of my pictures that I had are not completely loaded up. So forgive me if I'm talking about a scene and I don't have the video or the picture up yet. So we gonna roll through it anyway. So again, I appreciate y'all for being here regardless. So let me see. Ronnie said drunk. Listen, she did. She did. Ronnie was a mess. Ronnie was a whole, she was just a whole mess. But we gonna get back to Ronnie. She was something else. Now I ain't gonna lie. Now Ronnie had on this cute little 1-2 outfit. That little red cowboy outfit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You liked it, that song, Mia? Wow, you're good, Corey. We here for it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you so much. Oh, oh, you know that song too, Anthony? I am shocked. I'm shocked. But that was another song that was on the soundtrack as well. I didn't get a chance to listen to all the songs on the soundtrack, but those were like the top two songs. So anyway, let's get back. Let me see. That red with the fringe with listen, that red, it was like a little cowgirl outfit. She ate that. She did that. And I think that's what she has on here. She doesn't have on the cowgirl hat in this clip, but she really she ate. She ate with that one. But yeah, so anyway, let's get back into it. Um, again, she pushes it back in Diamond's face that, hey, I heard about you and Ronnie as well. And what they do is while Diamond is driving back home, she has this flashback to where Ronnie ended up taking advantage of her. I guess she ended up some way getting introduced to the little after parties to make extra money. And we all know, I guess, in the strip club world, if they do any type of little parties outside of the strip club, they doing more than just stripping. But again, Ronnie's way to get to these young, impressionable women is by getting them drunk, getting them under the influence so she can take advantage. And it's the scene of her tricks and two. Well, one guy was like Asian and the other guy was like Caucasian, and they're like all in the hot tub, and they're being putting in their special request for what they want to be done for the money on. I stopped listening to music in 2000. Okay, I got you. They want to see you go down to listen. Listen, you so hilarious, BD. But basically, that's what happens. He's like, they want to see you go downtown, and then this is just so sad. Like the movie is funny. Again, very, very funny moments, but again, definitely real topics. And then this will be one of those dark scenes. It's not that dark. I'm gonna say this is a effed up scene. It's one of those scenes that was a little effed up because Diamond was laid out, passed out on the sofa, and she went over there and went downtown on the girl while she was passed out. That is called being taken advantage of. Okay. And so anyway, Diamond has that little flashback as she's driving home, realizing like, like I don't know if y'all ever had not nothing like that, no essay moment, but a moment where you go back like, dang, like they really tried me. And I think she was having one of those moments, like, I can't believe I let this person get away with this, or I can't believe I allowed X, Y, and Z happen to me. And she was just having one of those moments. Now, another scene I want to talk about is with her and her boyfriend at the time, Lance, which again, y'all know I'm having technical difficulties, so I don't have the picture up yet of her and Lance. So she goes home. Lance is sitting in the dark like a crazy psycho, and he's waiting up for her. And she's like, you good? Why you in the dark? And he was like, I wanted to go out on Tuesday. And she was like, well, it's Thursday. He's like, I know that. And he's so angry with her and like so passive aggressive because he's insecure that she's a stripper. But it's like, sir, that comes with the territory if you're dating a stripper. Fellas, have y'all ever dated an exotic dancer before? Probably not, right? Because all the guys here, right? Y'all don't do stuff like that, right? What's up, y'all? Players Clubs of Class. It definitely is. Who Lance? He ain't nobody. Wait a minute, BD, you going too far. Give me a second. We go get up. Look at you with all the lines in the movie. Yeah, so you missed it earlier. You may have to watch the playback. I had a few like questions, a few trivia questions up in here. Mia was with me though. Mia was answering most of the questions, but she's talking with her boyfriend Lance, and Lance is basically saying how like when is she gonna quit working at the club, that stupid club. And she was like, was it a stupid club when you met me there? So do y'all think that's like fair? Do y'all think that's fair? Like he met her at a strip club, and I don't want to say wiped up because he didn't wipe her up, but they started dating, becoming serious, and then now all of a sudden he doesn't want her working at the strip club, but she got bills to pay, and she also trying to get through college. So I don't know. You said nope. I figured you, of course not. Sorry, I'm the reference man. No, you good. I appreciate that. We need that up in here because it's a little dry tonight. It's a little dry tonight. Pause. I'm talking about far as like the interaction besides Mia and Anthony. I know y'all two are interacting with me, but I definitely need the momentum because I'm a little disappointed that my pictures ain't coming up because I had a whole bunch of pictures and a whole bunch of clips, but it's all good. We're going to get through it. Lance ain't, he's really not, though. He's really, really not. Reason 5,204 why Lance was a sucker. Literally, right? Literally a sucker. So, anyway, we're going to get to the part. We're going to get to the part, right? We're going to get to this right here. So, then we have Mia step in with a t shirt and my panties on. And she comes in like, women, this question is for y'all. You have a cousin that comes to stay with you, and your man is in the lip, and y'all both out, and she comes out with t-shirt and panties on, and then just think it's just okay. Like, nah, that's not okay. I don't care if you work at a strip club. We done seen each other naked several times, but you're not finna do that around my man. And so Ebony was just dead wrong. So anyway, she comes in with t-shirt and panties on, walks past them, goes to the kitchen, and then Diamond is like, don't you think you want to put some clothes on? And she was like, for who? Lance? And then she turned around like, child boo. See, that's like the person of, I can't stand manipulative people or people who's just so like, just vindictive. I don't want to say vindictive. It's not the right word. She's just like just doing stuff, mischievous for no reason. Like, why are you doing stuff? Like, I invited you into my home. You already acting out. You hanging out with the wrong people. You coming in and out of my house any time of night. Well, not any time of night, or you just not showing up, right? Because they both have like the crazy schedule because they both work at the club. But you just being mad disrespectful. And this right here, this ain't even a cherry on top. This is more so like it's about to come to a head, but this is kind of like one of those red flags that Diamond kind of let slide. Because right then and there, she would have got called out right then and there. She probably would have got knocked upside the head for trying me. You know what I'm saying? Look at me put myself in her shoes. But Nah, she would have been choked up. She would have, oh, not choked up. Doing the most, the absolute most. Yeah, like don't be you trying it. But anyway, so then we get to the next scene. I'm gonna go, let me see if I got a clip here. Now I may have skipped this part. I'm not sure. Now I did skip this part, y'all. When Diamond comes out and do her first dance. This is when I want to say Luke came through, right? So we have little man who was at the door, the bouncer, and that's where Luke comes through. And that's where you have Michael Clark Duncan, right? He is Luke's driver. And he's like, hey, I got Luke with me and blah, blah, blah. You know him. He telling people you can't park here, like, hey, I don't care who you is. Basically not believing his driver. But comes to find out Luke is in the back seat, him, his crew, or what have you. Luke came later. He came later. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I'm jumping a little all over the place because I don't have all of my clips with me. So, but he didn't come that much later. Like, I honestly feel like I missed that part, if I'm not mistaken. Because if we go to the part where, let me see if I got that clip. We go to this.
Girls, get up. Y'all know what that means. There's money up there. Come on. Let's go. Let's get it. Girls, get up. Y'all know what that means. There's money up there. Come on. Let's go.
So if we go to that scene, that's right where they kind of gave them that alert that Luke was in the building. And then that's where Dollar Bill told Ebony when he came through the little back door, like, I've been finding out about you doing like these little moonlight activities, these lady of the night activities, which is so crazy because it's like, Dollar Bill, the only reason why is because you in on it. What you mean? You finding out and you want your cut, you want your money. So after that, that's where he told her, like, hey, where's Diamond at? Because she's up first. And I want to say that's where we get to the infamous dance scene or what have you, where we get here. Which I ain't showing all of that. Y'all ain't finna get me flagged on YouTube. But y'all know what happened when Diamond do her little 1-2. Y'all know when she go, temperatures are rising. Yeah, I'm yearning. Oh, take me. All right, I'm about to sing all of that. Y'all know what happens. But anyway, so let me I think I'm probably had missed that part before she went off with Clyde and Reggie. So I might have missed that part if I'm not mistaken. I'm jumping a little all over the place. But I do want to talk about because I'm gonna have to kind of fast forward it a little bit. I do want to talk about this scene right here. Give me 1 second. I think this might have been in the midst of where the women go and they make their little debut. This right here. Where's Diamond? Well, you tell Diamond to get her little funky. Yes, that's what he basically tells Ebony, right? But I'm gonna get to this part right here. So the women running down, and she catches Vanilla, white girl, and she like, you want to do my brother's bachelor party? And this is kind of like the precursor, right? This is kind of like setting it up. And she like, who? Junior? Hell no. Like, no. Of course not. So that goes to show Junior already got a reputation. Ronnie already got a reputation as well. Like, girl, no. All right. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. But yeah, this is kind of like the precursor to what's going to happen to, unfortunately, Ebony, because this is letting you know, like, hey, Junior up to no good. We already know Ronnie up to no good. And Junior happens to be Ronnie's brother, little brother. So I'm going to have to kind of skip and hop to that scene or what have you, because I do want to talk about it. So bear with me so we can kind of reel it on in for y'all folks. Okay. I also missed this scene right here. This is Diamond crying after her and Lance broke up, right? Dang, y'all, I'm trying to find some of my clips again. So bear with me. I sure appreciate you. Junior and Ronnie said, "You don't know no good." You know no good. Left my off. Y'all are silly. Don't you know no good? Don't you Good? All right. Thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm a little skipping, hopping all over the place because some of my clips ain't come through the way I wanted them to, but it is all good in the hood, right? So this is just a scene of Diamond and she's talking to Tina and just, Tina's giving her some encouraging words. Again, she was literally her only friend in the strip club. And she was like, hey, you shouldn't be here worrying about nobody. Like, get your money, don't give up, don't quit school, like finish. And she was also kind of like, stressing to her, like, hey, I'm also, everything's out of control. I just broke up with my boyfriend. And on top of that, Ebony is just acting crazy. She don't, she's just kind of losing it a little bit. Lisa Ray looks so freaking pretty right here. Even though she's crying, she looks so pretty. So let's get to the next scene here. This scene right here, this is actually the scene that kind of played in the beginning when I did the intro. This is her looking at Ronnie because Ronnie's walking in to their little changing area, to the little locker room, and you see Ebony. And I know I'm skipping and hopping, y'all, because I think this scene already happened before she went with Clyde and Reggie. But in this particular scene, you can just tell that Diamond is like really freaking fed up. She's really freaking fed up. She's tried her best to kind of like let her know. Hold on, let me see. She does look pretty. It might be the eye color. It might be the eye color. Ronnie said, "You better watch that big old thing." Yes, that's where that came from. So remember, Mia, earlier you had said that, and I was saying like, what did Ronnie say to Diamond when she first came to the club? And the first thing she said was, "What's up, new booty?" But in this scene, when she was bent over, that's when she said, "You better watch that big old thing." Thank you, BD, for that. Yeah. But yeah, right here you can see she's kind of fed up. She's looking over there at Ronnie, and Ronnie's like telling Ebony, like, hey, let me holler at you real quick. And she's like, no, she gotta go upstairs. Like, no, like, dang, sick and tired of you. And so Ebony gets up like, I gotta go upstairs. And that's where she runs into Clyde and Reggie. So my bad, I had missed that part. So let me get back to this right quick, you guys. Let's get into some of, again, back to where Luke and them come. So they come to the club. And one thing I did not appreciate, Trix was not fat. So when the ladies run upstairs to the club and they, go, like, all the women try to go shoot into like the little VIP room where Luke and his crew was at, he said, now let's go home. Yes. She was over all of it at that. She really was. Especially when she was crying. That was like her breaking point right there. But what's going on? Hey Queen, thank you so much for joining. If you're tuning in, and we're talking about the movie, The Players Club. So I'm just doing a quick little recap of this movie. So feel free to chime in. But so yeah, so one thing I don't appreciate is him calling Trix fat. Like, get your, like, what he said. She said me so horny, and then he was like, you so fat or something like that. I know you know the line, BD. And I'm like, the women back then was so petite and so small. Even Trix, like, I'm trying to figure out why was she called fat? Because she was not fat, like, whatsoever. But then you have Reggie. Let me go to Reggie. So that's like a little small clip of him. And Clyde, which is played by Ice Cube. Reggie decides to go to Luke's security, played by Michael Clark Duncan. And he tries to get in, which I'm trying to figure out, like, why? Like, why do you want to get in? Like, why are you being a groupie for Luke? I'm not understanding why you being a groupie. Like, let them have their strippers in peace and like holler at them after. Then you know what I'm saying? After the fact. Like, that's kind of weird. So he's letting them know, like, no, can't nobody get up in there. And then all of a sudden the fight breaks out, right? Actually, his security knocks him out, and then that's where Clyde comes through and he hits him in the back of the head with a chair, and then a whole fight breaks out. And then, right, why? Like, literally, I'm not understanding. So then a whole fight breaks out. And then on top of that, they shoot the club up. And that would be Clyde, which is Ice Cube. He pulls out his gun and he just shoot up the place. Everybody running. And it's just a whole disaster. It's the whole disaster. Now, you guys, I forgot to talk about Casey and Brooklyn when they took Dollar Bill, put him in the back of the trunk, and then we get introduced to John Amos' character and dang, I forgot the other police officer name, but he plays in literally everything. He also played Big Worm. He played Blue. He played so many doggone so many different roles, but I forgot his name in this movie. So my bad, y'all. Again, we skipping and hopping all over the place. But let's go back to after the shootout. After the shootout, there's a cute little scene of Diamond. She's acting like she's reporting live, like she at Bella Noches. Those who know, okay? And she's reporting live, like, hey, this is a Faison Love. Yes, thank you. That was the other police officer. Yes. Um, but she ends up getting well acquainted with y'all. My bad, y'all. I wouldn't even try to show that scene yet, but the DJ, which is played by Jamie Foxx. She gets well acquainted with him. And I think he first kind of like felt a little something and fell all in love when she performed, because he was over there, rattling with the rattling with the records, the record player and everything, noticing like how beautiful Diamond was. So he kind of took interest, or how they showed it during that particular time. So they're playing or whatever, what have you. And she's like, reporting live, we at the Players Club, waiting on shot the place up again. They're laughing and giggling. He walks her to her car, make sure she's safe, and then he asks for her number, and she was like, I can't, because I just broke up with my boyfriend. And she was like, okay, like I can have your number. I can't give you my number, but I can get your number. And so fumbling. Listen, literally fumbling with the records while he was watching Diamond up down that stage. So they exchange. Well, he gives her his number. But y'all, for the first time, did y'all know? Maybe y'all did peep it, but maybe I just never got a chance to peep it. I didn't know. So after she drives off, it was old Ronnie in the back. Whole time Ronnie was in the back, and she had Myron in the car with her. Ain't that so creepy? And that's where this movie takes a dark turn again. That's where we get the little dark turn. Myron was like her favorite, well, customer, loyal, faithful customer who always pay her, ain't want nobody to dance. And then I don't know if you guys seen the scene in the intro where she's like dancing all on him, and he was like saying before the place got shut up, like, you want to go in there with Luke? And she's like, nah, I'm gonna stay right here with you, I'm good. But it was just so crazy, like he want nobody else to dance for him. Like he had a real obsession with Diamond. So crazy. That's where it just took a dark turn, y'all. So what I didn't realize until recently, whole time, it was Ronnie who was taking him to her place. You want to dance, Myron? Listen, that's how it all started. That's literally how it all started. And then it's like she knew. Oh yeah, Ronnie. Listen, I had no idea, but yeah, she was in the car the whole time. She was taking him to her place. That's so scary and so creepy. So you have Diamond walking home, per usual, not walking home, but walking up to her place. If you're in an apartment, usually, you gotta, walk to your apartment. Depends on, what kind of apartment you have. And as she's walking upstairs, she kind of hears like, okay, I hear little footsteps, and then that's where he go creeping around the corner like a little weirdo. And it's like, are you serious? And here's another thing, right? He was like, I always make sure you get home safe. Like, ew, oh my God. Like, this is so scary and creepy. Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I would freak the heck out or freak the heck out. So this is where you live, huh, Diamond? Like, literally, like, it's like, oh my God, it gives me the creeps. And so she was like, don't you ever come to my place? Like, don't you ever do, like, are you serious? Like, who told you where I stay? Like, yes, but she's fumbling with the keys. She's trying to get in. But he run up them stairs pretty quick though. They don't really show that, but he get up them stairs quick. And so he get up the stairs and he's trying to like break in. She's doing all this screaming and yelling. And we're gonna get to another scene, y'all. She's doing all this screaming and yelling and hollering. Why, as she kind of like finally, breaks free from him and gets in her house good, that's when she runs into her cousin. Hey, Corey Vicker. Hey, Mom of Three. What's going on? So, if you're just not tuning in, we are reviewing the movie The Players Club. So, thank you so much. I spent a lot of money on you, Diamond. Literally, like, right? It took a turn for the worse. It took a turn for the worse. It literally took a turn for the worse. So, Diamond gets in the house. She finally breaks free from him, right? As she's going through the home, she's looking for Ebony, like, let her know. Like, she just had this traumatic experience, like, oh my God. And she's looking whole time, whole time, Ebony in the bed with her man. That's crazy. I don't understand. That's crazy. Whole time she in the bed with her man. Trifling. Listen, very trifling. And yeah, just it's like what she said, blood ain't always thicker than water. Like that was kind of expected, I guess, from Lance. I ain't gonna say it was expected. I don't think she expected it, but it's like I think she was more so very hurt when she found out that it was Ebony. Ebony and Lance was getting busy, busy. Yes, literally. But what made me so mad is why y'all didn't hear her screaming for help. Y'all was that like deep into it that y'all didn't hear her screaming. So yeah, it was a mess. Reason 100 why Lance is a sucker. Listen, OMG, a big sucker, right? And why Ebony is just freaking like trifling, right? So she said, "Get the gat, get the gat, get the gat, get the gat." She was like, "Let me get my piece, cause they got me effed up. They got me so effed up." Which I had clips of that child, but it just it ain't come through for you, girl. Those clips of her getting the gat, we gonna get it though real quick. Let me get those clips. 1 second, y'all. And again, let me know if y'all hear background noise because tonight just obviously wasn't working out for you, girl. I get like every 5 minutes something going on in the background. So thank y'all so much for y'all patience. I don't see no ones in the chat, so I guess y'all don't hear that background noise. So cool. Okay, y'all, my bad. I was trying to pull up the clips, but again, it's not working for you, girl. But anyway, Diamond goes and gets the gat, and she lets Ebony. Oh, well, she first of all she tries to fight them, right? She goes lunging at Ebony in the bed. Ebony goes like ducking, no noise. Okay, cool. Ebony goes ducking. She runs straight to the bathroom. Diamond goes get the gat. She get her piece, and she go like, shooting off like some warning signals or whatever, and then Lance get on up out of Dodge. She like, all right, let me get on up out of here. But they first started fighting and arguing first, right? Or they started to argue, and he's letting her know it's not what you think. I'm like, how is it not what she thinks when she clearly sees that they are like literally like about to get busy, or probably just got done getting busy. So after Lance runs up out of there, you have Ebony like scared, like for her life, scared by Lance, literally. And I forgot to put that's one of the not famous quotes. Those are one of the memorable quotes where remember her little son when he was like, bye Lance, when they first got in an argument before they broke up. I was like, he's so freaking cute. So let's go to the infamous bathroom scene where Ebony is down there like freaking out, scared, don't know what to do. Now she want to act like a little girl. Now she want to act like a scared puppy, but she was grown, and Diamond couldn't tell her what to do, and she been on her own for a long MFN time, and can't nobody tell her what to do. So then so then we have Diamond kind of let her know. I say that ish all the time, literally. So Diamond's like crying to her, let her know, like, hey, I thought we was family. It really hurt. Blah, blah, blah. Ebony thinking the coast is clear. She walks off, kind of fake her out a little bit, slam a door, make her think that she left. She says she about to leave and get her things and go to her mama house or whatever. And she want her out by the morning. Child, Ebony thought the coast was clear. Ebony thought the coast was clear. So she opens the door. The moment she opened that door, Diamond knock her out, knock her clean out. And she was like, you thought, like, really, you thought, like, are you, hello? You thought I was finna leave my house? No, you get out. You get out of my house. But that was so crazy, though. I thought that scene was so clever. I thought that scene was so clever. Right, exactly. Like, what you think? Boom. Exactly. I got you. I got you, Mama Three. So that scene happens, and then the next scene shows her like getting ready, and she's at her mom's house, and she has her son with her. He's like, "Mom, why you had to get ready at grandma's house?" And then she was like, she learned from Myron, like although she knows, Dave, what was his name was Blue, right? Although she knew him from the club, which is played by Jamie Foxx, she still didn't want to chance it. Like, I don't need. I had one stalker's too many. Like that's enough. I don't need no more crazy people following me, right? So she decides to, meet him at her dad's house, which is smart. And the dad, he caught on. The dad was like, all right, I'm gonna fill him out. I'm a vet. Oh boy, yep, Blue. Yep. Okay, cool. So he was like, I'm gonna fill him out. I'm gonna check him out, you know what I'm saying? Which as any dad should. And so they go to do target practice in the backyard. He got his gun, letting them know, like, whatever you do to my baby girl, I'm gonna do to you, kind of just filling him out or whatever. So they get ready to go out on their date. Meanwhile, while she's going out on her date, we have Ebony here. And y'all made me forget this scene here. Y'all made me forget this scene. Not y'all. It's my clip since they all out of order and not loading up. The infamous scene where Ronnie and Ebony get together prior to them doing Junior's bachelor party. She gets her to go to another party where it's nothing but police, right? And she does the infamous dance on the table, and she smacked the other police on the butt, telling them to say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. But y'all, I want to tell y'all something about that scene. A quick like little story on that. So I was listening to an interview that Crystal White, who is the one who plays Ronnie, Crystal stated that when she did that scene, there was so many dancing for 12. Basically, dancing for 12 is crazy, right? Now you better sound off James Brown. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. That's so freaking hilarious. So and what she said, she was like, you better be lucky I went easy on you because it's Black History Month. That is so freaking crazy. But She said when she was doing this scene, it was so chaotic. She said it was so chaotic because they could only film in that one little small area. And the outfit that she had on, which I had a picture of it, which I do, is just not loading up. It's okay. She said that those little like lines making it look like it's some type of like zebra print or a tiger print. She said those lines were spray painted on her, so she was dang near naked, for real, for real. She said they were spray painted on her, and some parts was like taped to her because the outfit just stuff just was not going together with that particular scene. She said when she was dancing on the table, she fell, and she fell on two of the extras. So she ended up injuring three extras while filming that scene. And then the scene where she's paddling the guy, the officer who wasn't paying her no attention, which he just likes. What did we talk about in Jay's Kiki Infusion? BDSM. Basically, I think he likes stuff like that being handled, and you know, is it BDSM or S&M? I don't know. I don't know. Whips and chains or what have you. So wow, yeah, like literally, she said she fell off the table, bust her behind, and fell on two of the extras that was working that day. And then when she was paddling, oh boy, yes, BDSM. When she was paddling him, she said she was scared to paddle him because she didn't want it to hurt. And then they was like, no, you got to do it hard. Like, so she literally had to paddle him for real. And she said when she did it so hard that half of the paddle broke off and flipped and hit one of the extras in the head. So she said that whole scene was so freaking chaotic, which is hilarious. I can imagine if I was on set with her that day, I'd probably been cracking up like, what is going on? Why we couldn't get it together? But no one wouldn't have known because the scene, she did her thing. She did. When I tell you, all the actors and actresses were great, but Ronnie really did good. And the to think that she was going to play the role of Diamond, or she auditioned for the role of Diamond, is crazy. I don't see nobody else playing Ronnie but Crystal Wilson. Well, they literally, yeah. I don't see like she had a day on set that day, according to her in her interview. But yeah, I don't see nobody playing her Ronnie but her. So yeah, I end up skipping that part because my clips are all out of order and not loading up. But yeah, we have that moment where you know they go and dance for 12. So we can now skip to Junior's bachelor party, all right, which is so crazy. And this would be one of those effed up scenes. So you had our dark scenes, and then we just got one just effed up. Like it's dark and effed up, right? So Junior is her brother, who is getting married, and I'm trying to figure out who was marrying Junior. Who did he propose to, and who said yes? Who said yes to Junior? I need to know because that's crazy. You getting married the next day and you want to SA somebody is crazy. That was sickening. Very, very sickening. So we at Junior's party, and so we have Ronnie and Clyde. They decide to show up. I'm trying to figure out who invited them. Like, do he even know them? Like, did he even know Ronnie and Clyde? Probably not. But somehow they found out about the party, maybe through Ronnie. I'm not sure. And you got all the men crowding around. They all hormones raging. They just waiting to see some behind. They waiting to see some tail so bad, like they ain't never had no tail before in their life. Right? Scrub agent. Listen, he was more than a scrub. He was a predator. Okay. Oh, can I say that? I can't say that. I'm gonna say a P. He was a P. Does that can I say that? I don't know. I don't know what I can and cannot say on here, but he was just so jacked up, so crazy. Him and his sister, both of them was. We need to get the backstory on both of them. Like, why were they so like she was one and he was one too? So, like I said, they act like they ain't never seen no tail before. And so she done overpromised and underdelivered. I don't know why she promised him to do his bachelor party, knowing that none of the strippers was gonna show up besides Ebony. Let's see. How you doing, Ebony? My name's Julia. Oh my goodness. I'm Ronnie's brother. I'm the one who getting married tomorrow. So you got to be good to me. That's crazy. That is so freaking crazy. And what Ebony say? I come to dance. That's all. That's it. That's all. Like, what is that? That gotta be a scary situation. Even when she walked through the door, like they was just like hounds. Like, imagine coming to a party and imagine coming to a party, you see nothing but men, right? You don't see none of the other dancers, right? And when he said that mess, yeah, it's like, ugh. She was like, "You getting married tomorrow?" Like, oh, that scene is just so horrible. I don't even know if I want to even go deep dive into it. Lord, that scene is so horrible. But not you laughing, Mia. But the plan was for Ronnie and Clyde. Ronnie ended up telling, I'm sorry, Clyde ended up telling Ronnie, like, hey, get, not Reggie, good Lord. Reggie, right? Good Lord. Am I getting tongue tied now? Clyde ends up telling Reggie to get Ronnie to go downstairs with him. And my thing is, what was your plan this whole time? Like, did you really think she was okay with y'all just going like run a train on her? Because when she came in, you could see Ebony kind of changed her tune. I think reality kind of sunk in for Ebony when she realized, like, hey, like stuff do get serious for real, for real. Like, you the only girl, you noticing there ain't nobody else here. And then Ronnie lied so freaking much, talking about some white girl Vanilla supposed to be coming, knowing good and doggone well she was not finna step foot up in there, right? And then on top of that, she told her another lie that Ronnie told was like, I'm not getting paid for this. Girl, you literally got paid. Your brother literally just paid you to do the bachelor party. And my thought is, who is she taking that money back to? Was she taking it back to Dollar Dollar Bill, or was she pocketing that money? Because I'm pretty sure he needed his cut too, because I don't know how the Players Club was surviving all those years without him getting his cut. I don't know. But then Reggie takes Ronnie downstairs. They go and they smoke, they smoke that big head bounce, they smoke that. And so you have Clyde getting into Junior's ear, telling him like, go see what's up with Ebony. We heard she like, and then he lied saying like she let them run a train on her last week. So my thing is, I guess that gave Junior the green light to just like, oh, okay, well, all right, I'm up next. It's so freaking crazy. He already listening at the door. Like, my thing is like, can you wait? Like, why are you so like, why are your hormones like raging like this? Why are you just can't sit still? Why are you sweating? Why are you looking like, I'm not understanding. Ronnie Grime was pocketing that money. She was pocketing the money. Cool. I mean, I would too if I was her. Like, I'm not finna give Dollar no cut. Like, I work hard for this. But my thing is, like, I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, Clyde he was so grimy for that. Like, he telling him, like, go ahead. He hand him a little condom and like, hey, go do your thing. So he gets in the room while she's like getting dressed. And then it's just like, I don't know. That scene is so freaking scary. Like, it just takes a turn for the worse. He cuts the lights off. Well, after she like, I just came to dance. That song. He cuts the lights off, and then you know what happens. Basically, the rumbling and the fumbling, and you got to do all of that for some tail. You got to do all of that. That's crazy. And you getting I still don't understand it. I literally still don't understand it. But anyway, as the rumbling and the fumbling is going down, now all of a sudden Clyde got a change of heart. He's talking about cutting the music down. And I guess apparently all the guys end up hearing that Junior is in the room. I'm Dollar Bill Shot Town. Don't pay no country boy nothing, nothing. Yes. So look at you skipping ahead, BD. Look at you skipping ahead. Junior was sad. No, Junior was sick. Junior was sick in the head, okay? So now all of a sudden Clyde got to change of heart. Thompson cutting the music down, and then when Ronnie come back, Thompson, what's going on while y'all leaving? Oh yeah, by the way, tell Ebony no do me. We do understand. No do me no. Negro, no meant no the first time. Like, did you not get it? Like, or do y'all think like he had a change of heart when he realized that Junior was like really on some like demon time? Or do y'all think like, okay, mission accomplished, that his goal was set out for Ebony to get SA? Like, do y'all think like sicko mode, like literally? Like, do y'all think he like had a change of heart when he realized like, oh, he's really SAing her versus her and her enjoying it? And my thing is, I guess people when they hormones are raging, like the lines get blurred. But I'm like, why? I don't know. That's just too deep for me to even go into. But anyway, Ronnie comes back. She checking on. Let me see. No, he meant for it to happen because he was blocked. Okay. Okay. So yeah, he did mean for it to happen. Okay. That's so freaking crazy. I know he meant for it to happen, but it's like now all of a sudden he wants to leave when he starts realizing that it was happening, because he told them to cut the music down. Or was that just for him to confirm like, okay, it's going down like how I planned for it to go down? Because everybody else is looking like nah, we ain't with that type of stuff. Like, we just want to see a little bit of, we want to see a little bit of ass and titties. That's all we want to see. We weren't trying to hurt nobody now. But anyway, so let me see. Tell Emily we understand no means no. Yeah, right. So I didn't think he had a change of heart. Okay, got you. Yeah. So Ronnie comes back, everybody leaving, and then Cube left because he knew he would have gotten in trouble. Okay, so that was his sole reason of leaving. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. So Ronnie comes back, everybody's leaving, and then all of a sudden she go check on Junior and Ebony. He come out the room sweating. Ew, he looked so nasty. Ew. He come out the room sweating and trying to zip up his pants and stuff. And she like, what did you do to her? What did you do? And she goes in. She's oh, it's just a sad sight. Just such a sad. It takes a turn for the worse. It takes a turn for the freaking worse. And then she's screaming, and then she runs. She gets a purse. They leave the girl child. They just leave her there. And then she's slapping him around, telling him like, "Why would you do that?" And did y'all notice that Junior tried to take the corn tapes? Like, why are you worrying about that right now, sir? You about to go to jail. You about to go to jail, and you worrying about some corn tapes. I'm not understanding. Like, yeah, then they left the girl. Like, literally, then they left her. Like, I'm not understanding. So she goes back to the club and like, I'm just gonna say I've been here all night. Like, that's her little alibi. I'm just say I've been here all night as she's talking to Tricks and she's smoking her little blunt. My thing is like, girl, like, anyway. And my God, y'all, again, I done jumped the gun. Prior to that happening to Ebony, she did end up calling Diamond, right? Calling Diamond while she was out on her little datey date with Blue, and letting her know, like, hey, can you come get me? I'm at the, what motel was it? She's like, I'm at the something something motel. And and she was like, Diamond didn't want to hear it because you done burnt your bridges already with her. Like, you done played too many freaking games. Like, at first, what she like hung up on her twice, and then like I think on the third time, she was like, yeah, whatever, hung up. But anyway, Diamond did come and save the day. Diamond ended up coming to the hotel, her and Blue, and then that's where they, let me see if I can pull the scene up. I don't know if I want to show this, y'all. This was a side, like, ew. This is a very sad sight to see. They end up coming to save her. And then, they're panicking, mostly her. Shoot, Blue is panicking too. He was like, what's the hotel number? She's like, I don't know. Like, shoot, like, call somebody. Shoot, I don't know. He's calling 911. Ebony is just out, like, so freaking sad, so freaking effed up, that scene. And so they get the police, which is played by, again, Faison Love and John Amos. They're the cops throughout the entire movie. She called them, which we end up finding out later it was them. And then she goes straight to the club. She goes straight to the club. She like, all right, I done had it now. I don't let her try me all these years. I done let so much stuff slide. Let me go ahead and let me set the record straight. So this would be like probably like the best scene, probably. I ain't gonna say the best scene. A lot of scenes were great. We had a lot of funny scenes, a lot of sad scenes, a lot of dark scenes. But this scene was like more so like one of those like I don't want to say victorious scenes, right? I don't know if she felt victorious, but one of those scenes where it's like finally like the the protagonist is stepping up to the bully. So she goes in, she's like, everybody leave the dressing room, please. Put your foot, put foot to it, basically. She was like, oh, well, before then, she comes in the room with her gun and she was like, Ebony got essayed at junior party. Do you know blah 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 what happened? And Ronnie playing dumb and being slick, and she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, everybody leave the dressing room, please. And then everybody just laughing, taking Diamond as a joke. And then she pull out her piece and like, everybody leave the dressing room, and everybody, oh shoot, this girl crazy. She got a good. So everybody run out. And it was so funny how Trix just left Ronnie like, all right, see you later, girl. And dip right on out. And then she gives her gun to Blue and tell him to guard the door, make sure nobody gets in. So he goes and guards the door. And the infamous fight scene happens, which again, your girl did have clips too, but I ain't got it. So the infamous fight scene ends up happening. And then another interesting fact about that, they asked Crystal Wilson, who plays Ronnie, how was that scene? Everybody leaving, everybody basically, oh yes, yes, yes. So during that fight scene, she mentions that I guess they give them like the little blood to like it's like a little, I want to say like a little balloon, and they gotta bust it in their mouth to like make it seem like okay, it's a lot of blood or whatever, what have you. And I guess when Lisa Ray ended up pushing Crystal, as the scene was supposed to take place, I guess when she pushed her, that mirror push, when she pushed her into the mirror, she said that was not supposed to happen. Like her pushing her into the mirror and the glass shattering, that was very real. And when she did that, she bit down on the little fake blood, and then that's how that blood ended up happening. And she said because she did that too soon, she felt like she ruined the scene. So her instant, you know, I guess like her gut instinct was to push her back. So she pushed her back, and that was like a real exchange between them. And so she was like, Cube was like yelling, cut, 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 like this is not how the scene supposed to go. But they ended up finishing the scene out. And I was like, that is so crazy to know, like when she pushed up her up against that mirror, that was actually not supposed to happen. So they ended up fighting, and that became like the big scene that a lot of people remember. And one of the famous quotes when she kicks her while she's on the ground, she's like, she's like, that's for Ebony, right? And then she kick her again, she's like, that's for me. And then she spits on her. Like that was like such a woo, yes, Dominic, get your lip back, get your lip back. Ain't no boss. Oh yeah, when she kicked her, could have fooled me, right? Right. Thank you, BD, for coming through with the lines. Thank you so much. So that scene happens, and she tell Ronnie up. She beat the mess out of her. Like she got blood everywhere. She leaking. So after that, while that's happening, you got Blue in the hallway, and you got you got Dollar Bill telling him to open up the door, and he was like, I can't do that, and I'm not about to do that. So he's like, open up the door, and like move out the way. And then he pulls out his gun or whatever like that, or Diamond's gun. And then I guess that was kind of him like showing like, yeah, like I'm the man now, like ease up. Yeah, you ain't big and bad like how you used to be. Because in the earlier scenes, Blue does come to him and let him know like, hey, I see you taking all these cuts out of my check. I'm just asking for a raise. And, he kind of sun him. He kind of like little boy him a little bit. So I guess this was Blue's way of letting him know, like, like I'm the man now, And so they all pile up in the hallway. You got Blue, you got Little Man, you got the security played by Tiny Lester. He like, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to bounce. I'm just trying to, guard the door. And then you have Diamond. She finally comes out. When she comes out, this scene happens. I'm gonna see if I can play this little scene real quick. Like, we have this scene right here. So he says the infamous line, but he was basically repeating Dollar Bill because Dollar Bill said that to him. He said that to him. So that ends up happening. She ends up knocking Tricks out as well. Like, you about to get some too, because I'm about tired of you. I'm tired of you and I'm tired of Rodney. Like, I'm tired of both of y'all. Okay. So that ends up happening. We had a popo. It's gonna be trouble, trouble. So we had a popo. They come in to arrest Ronnie and Trix for their little operation. They busting up their operation, letting them know, like, hey, y'all got a sex ring going on. The prostitution ring or what have you. I don't know no other words to use in replace of these words, just in case YouTube try to flag it, girl. But he lets them know, like, I'm on to y'all. And my thing is, he have not arrested Dollar Bill too? Because he was the head of the ring. Like, they made it seem like it was Ronnie, but it was literally him. He was the head of it. He was making these girls go out to recruit other girls. Trafficking. Yeah, that. I don't even know if I can say that. I don't even know if I can say that. But yeah, he had them to go out to recruit the women, but at the end of the day, like, he was the one who's pocketing all of this money. So he knew what was going on. Just like I said, when he popped out of the little locker in his little secret little tunnel that he goes through to go in the girls' locker room, and he was telling Ebony, like, oh, I know about you doing your little, night, whatever he said, moonlight activities. And I need my money. If I get my money, like, you knew about it though. Like, the only reason why you knew is because you was the head of the operation. So anyway, I feel like he should have got arrested too, but he already had bigger fish to fry, I guess. So I guess they was like, child, you already got a bounty on your head, so it ain't no need. But he probably would have been safe. He probably would have been safe by just going to jail, my personal opinion. So they get arrested, they get in the back of that car. And then you have Mr. St. Louis. Lord, let me see if I got a clip of that, because some of these clips still loading up. They still, I don't know. I don't think I do. Yeah, I ain't got it. Dang. I'm so upset about that. I had all my stuff lined up, but it's all good. It's all good. But St. Louis come in. I guess he finally got fed up and tired of Dollar Bill hiding from him. Snaking his way through the walls and shit. Yeah, like, who does that? Who got a secret tunnel, child? But while St. Louis is coming in, it shows Dollar Bill just kind of like venting to Tina, letting her know, like, you the only one who you've always been there for me. You have my back. She high. She like, like, yeah, okay, yeah. So St. Louis come in like, if anybody don't want to get, you know, unalive, get the F out. And so everybody start running. Oh, there you go. There you go. Anybody want to get the bit, basically, right? What's going on, Zay? Thank you for tuning in. I'm almost to the basically to the end of this movie, but we were talking about the movie, as you can tell, the Players Club. So yeah, St. Louis coming up. He was ready. He was tired of Dollar Bill basically ducking and dodging him. So he was like, I'm gonna take matters into my own hand. And then he starts to shoot up the place. And then, did y'all not see what Dollar Bill tried to use old girl as a shield? Am I tripping? Did he not try to use her as a shield? I'm like, oh, he a dirty little something. That was another thing that I noticed. I'm like, how he gonna use her as a shield? That's crazy. That's wild. So then, so then, he ends up getting away. He does end up getting away, but As he ends up getting away, oh boy comes back. Where he at? This guy. Let's see if I can find him. Him. I don't know what his name was, but he showed up in the beginning of the movie and he came back in the end to collect. He was like, "Look, I didn't get you the first time, but now I got you. Got to get got." He say it's time to hear that pop. I was like, "The time to hear that pop? Oh my gosh, woo, that's scary. The boogeyman. Talking about time to hear that pop. That's crazy." But he comes back to collect. Like, hey, I let you go the first time, but obviously you still playing games. It's so sad. Like, I low key felt bad for Dollar Bill, but I'm like, at the same time, he was so grimy and just like, and what Diamond said at the end, like he was never seen from or heard from again. But on a lighter note, on a lighter note, we have the ending, where Diamond is about to graduate. Ebony all beat up, child. She all beat up and looking crazy. Him downstairs, yeah. I remember him from a couple of movies too. Do you? I do not know what he's played in. He looks familiar though. I don't know what other movies he played in. It's time to play that part. Listen, so we're at the end. Diamond's about to graduate. She get her little pay. Child, that's Payless. Y'all can't tell me nothing that ain't no other shoe store, but that is pay. They is up in Payless. Remember when shoe stores used to look like this? Some of them still do look like this with the little shoes hanging up on those little cheap racks. Oh my God, bringing back memories to the 90s. OMG. But anyway, Diamond all beat up, child, but she's doing better. That's because we know unalive dollar. We know. So look at her little son. I want to know where that little boy is now and how old he is. But we have and do I have the scene of her running into the now? Can one of y'all tell me, since we coming to the end, between Mia and BD who've been holding it down? I appreciate y'all through all the technical difficulties. Thank you so much. What was the name of, and I'll give y'all three answers. What was the name of the new club that the two women informed Ebony about when she was, helping them out? Was it A, Club Freaknik, B, Club Sugar Daddies, or Club C, or C, Club Juices? Which one was it? What was the name of the new club that the young women informed or tried to introduce Ebony to? Let me know. Let me see who's gonna be the first one to answer that. What was the name of the club? B, Club Sugar Daddy. Yes. Okay. Okay. And then they use that same old little tagline talking something, yeah, because we use what we got to get what we want. And what Ebony said, well, if that's all you got, or is that's all you what she say? What's the line, child? I don't wrote it down somewhere. Well, if that's all you got, then you don't want much. If that's all you got to offer, then you don't want much. That's real though. That's real. That's real. Like you don't want much. I know what I want now. Yes, you was coming through with the movie lines. I know what I want now. Yes, child. One of those ladies looked like Maya Campbell. I thought that was her my first time watching that movie. I thought that was her, but no, that's not her. But she favored her a lot. She favored her a lot. So y'all, we are to the end, and then she's now. I do want to talk about something. I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me get to that scene though, really quick, if I can get to it. Okay, maybe I don't have it like I thought I have it. Oh, here we go.
Hey, make that money, girl. Don't let it make you. Hey.
Y'all, she says the infamous line to her, make that money, girl, but don't let it make you. Now, I do want to talk about something I mentioned before, how Ebony was very green and how she just wanted the attention. Even Rodney had to school her and let her know, if you're gonna be a hoe, be a paid hoe. She was like, shoot. She was like, you're gonna be at the club for 4 years like your cousin Diamond and only can afford, what was it, a Honda Accord or something like that? She's like, shoot, you'll probably get a Honda Civic or something like that. But it's like, I will give Ronnie this, even though she was so grimy. At least she told Ebony, like, dang, if you're gonna do this, at least make some money, you know? I ain't now telling her to side hustle and do like them like extra parties. That's wild. That's very, very wild. That's very, very wild. But she did try to put her on. Like at this point, Ebony just only wanted the attention. She didn't want the money. She just wanted the attention. And can y'all tell me how many weeks was it that Ebony was at the Players Club? I think I might have mentioned this already. Was she there for 2 weeks, a month, 3 weeks, 2 days? How many days was how long was Ebony at the Players Club? Three? Three what? 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months? Weeks. Okay, okay. That's so crazy for all that to go down in 3 weeks, and she got sucked into all of that in 3 weeks. That really goes to show she was super naive. And did Ebony even save up any money? Like, did she even save up any money to do anything? Like, no. Like, she literally had zero plans whatsoever. Like no plans at all. Damn near no plans at all, which sucked. Um, but yeah, I think that's all my notes. I talked about Ebony, how she was so green, how many times Ronnie lied to her, especially when it came down to Junior's party. Um, Let me see here. Dollar Bill was in serious debt, which he ended up being unalive for it. Yes, and as for me, y'all watch the news. Yay, yay, doom, 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 doom. And that's the ending, y'all. Yeah, child. Yeah, she did good with the narration at the end. I think I talked about a lot of the hidden gems and the behind the scenes. Um, Oh yeah, by the way, another hidden gem about this movie. Do y'all know her professor is Stanley from Friday? Did y'all put the two and two together? Did y'all know that the professor who saw her, which I forgot to talk about that, who saw her in the club that night, which is so embarrassing. Imagine you working at a strip club and your professor walks in on you. Like, is that not like I would be so embarrassed. I would do the same thing. She was ducking and dodging her professor for a hot little minute. She was ducking and dodging her professor. Oh wow, sure is. Yeah, that's Stanley, y'all. Ooh, Stanley. That was Stanley. He looked different though, but I love how Ice Cube, how he brings all of his characters together. Like he recycles them over and he used the same characters. I love that. So does the Wayne's brothers. Whenever they do movies, they always kind of use the, recycle some of the same characters. That was a little, behind the scenes little whatnots that I noticed about the movie. Um, Let me see here. What else did I have? The actor who played Ronnie originally. Okay, I told y'all that. And I think the movie was not going to be called The Players Club. I think it was supposed to be called Queen of Diamonds or King of Diamonds or something like that. But I guess dealing with the actual KOD, I guess they couldn't get that name. But I think it was going to be called that. So they ended up changing it to The Players Club. But that was not going to be the original name for that movie. Um, but yeah, I think that is all my notes, you guys. Once again, we are wrapping it up. Thank you so much for tuning in this long down went for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I wish I could have I gotta do this like ahead of time because I thought I can kind of upload my pictures as I go, and that was not working for your girl. So we getting better and better. But let me know, did y'all like the intro? Did y'all like that intro? Adam Sandler does this. Yes, he does. He sure does. Like literally he used the same, like Rob Schneider. Dang, I cannot think of that other dude name with the blonde hair. He's in literally the same characters. He recycles them over and over again. Get that out my way, Stanley. Oh Lord, Stanley. Pop's voice from Friday. Yes, I did. I was singing along. Was you? Nice, very dope. David yeah, thank you. Thank you, Zay. Thank you. I forgot you were still in here. Thank you for rocking with me. But yeah, y'all, I'm getting better. So thank you so much for, I can't say this enough. Literally, can I come on screen? Maybe not, y'all. But yeah, literally, it's always some type of technical difficulties I have with this doggone thing. Whew, he went to school. Yes, I saw a documentary about Adam Sandler. And yeah, most of the people he went to school with. And when that one dude, I think he went to college with or something like that. And that like they both want to pursue comedy or something like that. But yeah, he keeps the same people, and I love that about Adam Sandler. Have y'all seen Uncut Gems? That is such a great movie. That movie had me on the edge of my seat. Maybe I'll review that one day. But I got to get better with these clips because I feel like the clips give you a feel for the scene that I'm talking about versus me trying to scramble find a thing. But it's kind of hard. That's why sometimes I do like to have a co-host. If you notice, I'll kind of drop off a little bit if no one is talking back to me. But if y'all start talking to me, then I can kind of pick up. So I feel like when you have a co-host, sometimes I can navigate my pictures and stuff while the other person is talking. But we'll get there, y'all. Again, enough of me critiquing myself. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It is super late. It's almost midnight. So I will catch y'all in the morning and we'll chop it up in the morning. So thank you guys. Hope y'all have a great night. And I'm going to let that outro play. So listen to the smooth tunes of the outro. Bye.